Market's got you worried? Well, higher interest rates have made this that much more attractive. And this is a single premium income annuity. I'm a big fan, long time, first time. Big fan. We're going to talk about them here today because I was talking to a guy the other day. He's like, why wouldn't I just do half my portfolio to a SPIA? I said, I got no problem with that, especially with the higher interest rates. So let me just describe real quick what a SPIA is, a single premium income or immediate, depending on however the insurance company defines it, annuity, SPIA. All you're really doing is you're turning over X amount of dollars to an insurance company, and they're going to give you this amount of month payment every month. Every month. That's it. I'm going to give you $100,000. They're going to give me $500 a month, whatever the numbers are. As long as I'm alive, I'll get that money. Someone just thought my boys are supposed to be. Oh, okay. And we'll talk about the time you can set up for different time periods as well. All right. So I was working with this guy, and I went to immediateannuities.com. Now he's got 1.8 million of assets. That doesn't include his home, by the way, just his liquid assets. So he's going to put $1 million into a SPIA. Now he is 65, but we're just going to say 60 years old for simplicity. He's single and he lives in Florida. All right, so we hit get our quote and check this out. All right, so did I do it? Did it do it? Maybe not. There we go. Get our quote. We don't want these right here. We don't want those. We want, in my opinion, we want life and 20-year period certain is what we want. So life and 20-year period certain. So in this case, we're going to get $47.69 a month for the rest of our life. All right, so $4,769 a month. I got all this dog hair on my thing. I got to wipe off. 4,769, and we're going to get it for guaranteed 20 years, guaranteed, or as long as I'm alive, whichever is longer. So if I live for 30 years and die then, I get paid that $4,769 a month. If I live for 15 years and die, my estate, my heirs, in this case my man's children, will get it for the remaining 5 years. So we're guaranteed to get 240 payments of $4,769 a month. So we take our trusty calculator, 4,769 times 240. That gives us, 1,476. That gives us 1,44560. The insurance company is guaranteed to pay us $144,000 more than we put in. They're guaranteed to pay us $144,000 more than what we put in. Now, what we can do is you can factor what our IRR is. The worst case IRR, internal rate of return. So we get $1 million is what we put in there. We're getting 4,769 is our payment. We got zero future value, 240 payments. Our IRR is 1.388. So we're guaranteed to get no less than 1.388. And it's not really it's not like a yield like your traditional, like a bond yield or a certificate of deposit yield. But we know if we put $100,000, if we put $1 million in and we accumulate 1.144 million of income, that our internal rate of return is 1.388. It's guaranteed. There's no risk, none whatsoever. The solvency of the insurance company. Show me any insurance company that has neglected to pay its annuity contracts. Show me. I'd love to see it because insurance companies, man, they guard this like Fort Knox because they know if anyone begins to doubt the solvency of insurance products, be it life insurance, annuities, and whatnot, no one will ever buy insurance again. So even during the Great Depression, insurance companies were stacked pretty heavily. Just because they can't afford the risk to their reputation of an industry if things go south. All right, so now the drawback about this is, we know we also aren't going to get any more than that 1.38 in terms of that 20-year period certain. All right, so it's not adjusted for inflation. We can't redo it. It's an irrevocable contract. You can't say, 5 years, I don't want this anymore. I can do better someplace else. It doesn't work like that. So that there is drawbacks. You no longer have access to this money. You're going to get $4,769 a month, each and a month for the rest of your life. You don't have access to the rest of it. It's not there. There's just the insurance company has it, and they're investing it someplace else to give them a profit and to pay you back. So there are some drawbacks. Now the big one, you die too early, I get hit by a bus. Well, that's why you do a 20-year period certain, because we're guaranteed to get a return of our money. Guaranteed, plus a little bit of interest too. In this case, almost $50,000. All right, so now let's say you live 30 years. Instead of 240 payments, you're going to live until you're 90. Then we do 360 is our number of payments, and our IRR in that case goes to 4%. And this is where the single premium annuities kick in. The IRR goes to 4.018. The longer you live, the more valuable the SPIAs become. I cannot stress this enough. So 20-year payment, it only gives you 1.38% IRR. 30 years gives you a 4%. Let's do 25 years. And there the IRR is 3.07. Isn't that interesting? Let me just make sure I got 20 years right. 240 and yeah, there you go. So if you live 20 years, your IRR is 1.38. 25 years is 3.07. And 30 years is 4.08. So you want to give yourself an increasing rate of return than to live longer. Now we're also getting $4,769 a month times 12, which is $57,000 over each year. Now again, not adjusted for inflation. I'm not a big fan of those adjustment for inflation annuities. I think there's way too much of a discount on the front end when you do it. I don't think it's worth it. Anyway, that's $57,000. Divide that by $1 million. And that gives us a 5.72 distribution yield, not an interest, but a distribution yield. That's the benefit of the interest rates haven't gone up, because you weren't getting, that's just for a single guy, by the way. You weren't getting that just 6 months ago. You weren't getting at least I'm aware of. You weren't getting 5.7% distribution yield. Back then you're getting like 4.8. So that's the benefit. And if you only got a 4.8% distribution yield, inherently you're getting less than that. You're only getting $48,000 a year, as opposed to $57,000. And $48,000 is only $4,000 a month. So we've increased our income because the interest rates from $4,000 a month to $4,700. Isn't that crazy? All right, so in my opinion, you always want a life in 20-year period certain, because that's guaranteed. Again, as long as you're living, you'll get paid. If you die in year one, you got hit by a bus, your heirs will get the remaining 19 years. I tell you, these are great products. Now, if you do, let's see, if we do joint with two people, we'll say we'll say Charlotte's on here with me. So I'll say I'm 65 now, and my wife is me and Char, 61, and we'll say she's a gender. How dare they only ask me two genders? How dare they? We're going to get our quote. Again, we want 20-year period certain. Now, this is a joint life in 20-year period certain. So as long as one of us are alive, we each get we get it. So I could die and she'll still get the same amount of money. Now in this case, we got 20-year. We want life. They don't even give us a life of 20-year. They don't even give us a life of 20. Yeah, right there, life of 20. So 45-14, because we're covering two lives. So 45-14 times 12. That's That's 54,000 a year. There you go. 54,000 a year is what we're getting on $1 million. That's a 5.4% distribution yield. I tell you, that's just significantly higher than what it was just a few years back. Now I am 65, so I've increased my age from 60 to 65. So you got to take that into consideration. And again, we've also, if we do 20 years, it's paying me out to basically 20 till I'm 85 essentially, or for one of us to be alive. Well, she's 4 years younger than me. She's likely going to survive 20 years, if that makes sense. So again, we got 5,000. How much do we get? Divided by 12. 45.14 a month is our payment. All right, and then we're going to do it. We're going to say for 360 payments, our IRR in that regard is 3.56. Man, internal rate of return 3.56. I mean, literally, that's not bad, dude. So what do you say? $4,700 a month? Is that what it was? Hold on, just a second. $4,500 a month. So $4,500 a month times 12, divided by 30 years times 30 years. That's 30 times. Oh my goodness, 360 payments at 4,514. We're gonna get 1.6. If I or Charlotte lives for 30 years, we're gonna get $1.6 million back on a $1 million investment, guaranteed, without any market risk whatsoever. All right, so lastly, I got my man Harry, and he did this. I can't remember how much he put in. 500,000. I just don't remember. 500,000 bucks. He did it 2020, I believe. 19, I can't remember. But anyway, he did it, and he missed his last, couple years, the last 2020 run. But he also missed the 2021 and 2022 decline. So, but either way, he can sleep well at night. He's like, yeah, I can sleep, man. I'm happy as a clam. I sleep like a baby. I don't worry about it. And let's just say he's getting $4,500 a month between he and his better half. It's like, dude, that's 54,000 a year. Even if I only spend 50,000 of it, I can extra $4,000 a year. I can reinvest into VTI or Wellington or something like that. Ah, such a good strategy. Anyway, again, don't just go in here blindly. Look into how these things work. Remember, they're irrevocable contracts. I'm not a fan of inflation adjustments on these. I'm just telling you. But do your research and give it a go. I mean, if you want, I don't sell them. I don't get paid on this, but I think they're wonderful products that fit where if you can't sleep at night, man, don't kill yourself. Literally, don't. Well, not literally. Don't lose sleep over this stuff. Life's too short. All right, we'll see. Love your thoughts. We'll see you.